One of the absolute most requested videos I have ever gotten on my YouTube channel is to do a collection or office room tour, game room tour, whatever you want to call this. So today we are finally doing just that. Let's get into it. Now, before we get to the office itself, I do need to show you some stuff in my living room because unfortunately not everything actually fits in the office slash game room. So starting off, all of my manga, not gaming stuff, but I figured some people would be interested to see it. These are the rejects here. I mean, some of the stuff is good, but this is all my actual favorite manga, Naruto, Dragon Ball, Bleach. Some stuff over here, Bakuman, One Piece, the classics, Death Note. But more importantly, we have all of my amiibo out here on this fireplace mantle. I love amiibo. I started collecting them in 2014, and at some point I sold most of them. So most of these are going to be reprints or just new amiibo that released since 2018 when I moved out and got a job. So yeah, missing a lot of the older stuff, some cooler ones. This Hey Pikmin amiibo I just got a few weeks ago. Obviously the Metroid amiibo are great. I don't think I have Samus inbox. I am an inbox collector, although I do have some, this little guy's funny, I do have some loose amiibo from when I was younger. So, hello, there I am. So we got a lot of the earlier Smash series ones we fit. I think her leg is broken, I glued that. A Mario amiibo, some Wave 3 in there, some Splatoon, and also just other little video game trinkets and figures. There's some statues that are fallen over from Splatoon. Some Lego Mario back there. This weird bootleg Pikachu clock we found at Goodwill. And then this is all the Splatoon and Zelda amiibo over here. And then over here, not really sure what to do with this. But this is all of the gaming-related plush we have thrifted. Me and my girlfriend, we do a lot of thrifting around here. So this is all the plush we found. We've sold some of it, but for the most part, if it's a high-quality plush, I'm just like, oh, I'll keep that. And maybe I'll sell it later if I need the money or something. But some really good Pokemon plush. Like this little Heracross here, absolute legend. This is, I think, a Burger King Dugong. Some really high-quality, Gen 5 Pokemon Center plush, which is just so cool to find. I don't know why I won't focus. Of course, we got the Imposter Alpha up there. But yeah, just a ton of really high quality, mostly Pokemon plush. But yeah, I do have some Kirby's I actually bought. The Pikmin plush, of course. This Corrin plush. A lot of Mario in there as well. Some other oddities like Super Meat Boy. But before my girlfriend moved in with me, I was not collecting plush. That's not something I ever really considered doing. There's a huge Snivy down there that needs to be restuffed or something. But yeah, over the past 2 years, I have just amassed an absolute massive collection of Nintendo-related plush. Now, if you're wondering what all this stuff is, this is stuff that was in the garage, so extra consoles, controllers. I do have more stuff in my closet in the office, so there's a lot of stuff that's still unpacked or I just don't have space for. Unfortunately, that's just the reality of the way things go. So a lot of that stuff is going to have to stay in those totes in the garage. I still need to go through and organize it, though, and probably get rid of some of the stuff that we have there. And then same thing with this. I'm not going to keep all of these. These are just garage plastic cheap shelving, just so I could have them out for now and then figure out what I want to keep later. But yeah, moving into the office, which is just over here past the bathroom. Hello spot on the wall. I don't know. But moving into the office, you will see I have absolutely cram-packed this room with as much as I possibly could. We'll start from, we'll inland switch. So we'll go from the door and then back around from the left. So starting off, we have this, I'm pretty sure just straight up it's a GameStop display we found at Goodwill for Naruto Rise of the Ninja on Xbox. I thought this was really cool. It's really high quality, card stock or whatever. So I thought that was cool. Huge Naruto fan, obviously, so that's a nice little poster. I don't have too many posters up right now. I need to put some more up, but also there's not really that much space to. As you can see, I had to put soundproofing up because the echo was so bad. I've never used soundproofing, but it actually did work pretty well. Any audio issues with this video, that's just because I've never used I have a little clip-on mic, so I've never used one of these before. But yeah, soundproofing was pretty easy to put up. There's weird gaps. I don't know. Those weren't there when I did it. I guess they kept expanding or something. I'm not sure. But it definitely helps the echo when I'm recording videos at my desk. And then for our first set of shelves behind the door, we have my GameCube, Wii, and Wii U, as well as some other things down here. So starting at the top, and I need to redo this. Trust me, nothing in this room is final, right? A couple days ago, I actually had these shelves over there, and I'll explain why in a minute, but I want to get maybe another shelf to put up here. I actually have a white one right there, but another shelf right here just to lessen the weight so that stuff isn't getting crushed. I don't want to have too much stuff stacked up here, but also I want to have the stuff on display, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? So starting off from over here, we have little Star Fox R-Wing thing from Starlink. We have Lego Mario. My friend Caleb, he gifted me this Zelda Wii U gamepad. I never bought that special edition console. This is a Japanese exclusive Kamen Rider game. Of course, the iconic Skylander Spyro's Adventure from Toys R Us in Japan. One of the rarest Wii U games for sure. This is pretty cool. This is a limited edition gold vinyl for the Mario movie that was exclusive to PAX West 2023 at Nintendo Live, so I had to pick that up. Some other big box stuff, some figures. This is a Japanese Wii U I bought off of eBay. This is my original Wii U, which is actually down there, not hooked up right now. And yeah, just some other stuff, Taiko no Tatsujin, and Metroid and Pokemon Quest figures. Taking a look at my GameCube shelf, you'll see I don't really have that much GameCube. I grew up with the GameCube, but the reality is these games are very expensive, and without having a GameCube hooked up, I really haven't had much motivation to go back and buy a lot of these games. So some games I actually bought last year were like Baten Kaitos 1 and 2. I bought those because I wanted to own them. Honestly, that might be it. I don't think... Oh, Odama. I bought Odama. But what might surprise you is almost all of these GameCube games I found at Goodwill. I know people always say you can't find good stuff at Goodwill anymore, but that's just not true. I think maybe this Kirby Air Ride I might have found at Value Village and paid a little bit of a premium on, but for the most part, all of these games were thrifted, which is why some of the conditions, as you can see with Four Swords here, aren't the greatest. But when I'm paying Goodwill prices, which in the case of these, it's a Goodwill outlet, so it's pay by the pound, I'm paying like 50 cents if it has a fat manual in it. I don't really mind, so I need to buff up the GameCube collection some. I do have some empty cases for, I think, like Mario Party 6 and 7, so I'll be filling up those soon here. But yeah, most of this stuff was thrifted. Wii's a little different. I had a lot of my Wii stuff from when I was a kid, or a decent amount of it anyway. I also bought a lot from my roommates, I think, like a year or two ago. But yeah, definitely need to buff up these two sections, right? These are the two that I'm... Out of every disc-based Nintendo console, these are like the two I'm really lacking on. Although I guess it's really... Wow, is there only 3 disc-based Nintendo consoles? That's crazy. that doesn't sound right to say, does it? At the bottom here, we have some NES stuff. I don't have very much retro, like, cartridge-based games. But when I do buy them, I try to get them complete in box. Tetris 2, we have this Captain America game, Dr. Mario, as well as Top Gun. We found that at Goodwill. The other ones were gifts. This little Yoshi Story BD&A plush, that was exclusive to Toys R Us. I think I made a video about this, and a lot of people were trying to buy it from me. We have a complete in-box copy of F-Zero as well as Super Mario Kart down there. Some promo VHS for Majora's Mask and Yoshi's Island. A completely empty shelf for room to grow. My Game & Watches, the Mario 25th Anniversary All-Stars thing. So the reason I have these set up like this is because I do plan on growing these two collections in particular over the next, 12 months, 2 years, whatever the case may be. I would say out of every more modern Nintendo console, these are what I'm lacking the most on. So hopefully GameCube prices are going to go down now that a lot of the games are being ported to the Switch. So I don't have Pikmin 1 and 2 here. I got to change that. And yeah, moving over to the Wii U, as you can see, I do have almost every single game. I'm not sure the exact number. I want to say I'm maybe missing 15 games across all regions. I love the Wii U. I'm going for a full set, as you very well may know. What I'm missing is a lot of Japanese import stuff, which isn't super pricey, but also it's like, am I really going to just wake up one day and decide to spend $50 on Puyo Puyo Tetris for the Wii U? Maybe, eventually, but not right now. And then the other stuff I'm missing is like just really expensive, Turbo on Wii U is like a $200 game. Fatal Frame from Europe, that's like $300. Axiom Verge. There's a lot of really expensive Wii U games that I don't have, and I don't know when I'll ever get around to actually buying those. Here we have some more import stuff. Shmup Collection is pretty pricey right here. Jet Tail Fan, I know this one was pricey. I think it went down. Of course, we have the Twilight Princess complete in box copy there. Some of the Dragon Quest X versions, these are pretty cool because they all have different colors depending on what version there is. There are more of these, but I only got the first 3. Of course, Yokai Watch Just Dance there, and the big box. These are some duplicates I have down here just for cases. Rodea the Sky Soldier. Apologies for the lighting here. What are some other oddities here? I think this is... I have a... Yeah. So, Nintendo used to do these refurbished consoles and products, and they actually would, like, print new box art. So this is just, like, a fun little piece of Nintendo history here, having this little refurbished thing on the case. I mean, it's pretty dumb, but, yeah, I don't know. I like the Wii U a lot, going for a full set. Maybe next time I do a room tour, I will have that set, but for now, it's been very slow. I think the most recent game I got was SteamWorld Collection, which is, I mean, that's a really great collection of games, but I'm pretty much done with North America, except for those just really pricey games. So it's going to be pretty stagnant for a while. Now, moving over, we do have my closet, so I can't really show too much of what's in here, just because it's hard to get in here. But we have a ton of just big box stuff. Those are all my Skylanders, my, 4 copies of Kokoto Magic Circus on Wii U. My empty console boxes, so PS5, Series X. The Switches are out of the closet, except for that New Horizons one. But yeah, this is a weird closet. Like, who the heck's getting all the way up there? But yeah, PSVR 1 in there. And then there are 9 black totes in here, full of duplicate games or shovelware from Goodwills. That's pretty much it. So a lot of Wii, a lot of 360, a lot of my PS2, which just wouldn't fit in here, is in the closet still. And I mean, as you may notice, I don't have any Xbox stuff out. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the closet, but nothing super interesting. There's a... what is that? My Xenoblade 2 Siren model kit. Some extra consoles and stuff in these bags. It's still a mess. I'm still working on it, guys. This is my light I just bought. This is the foam padding I use. So yeah, don't worry too much about the closet. I'll probably get like a curtain or something for this just to block it out because there's no door on it. But moving on from there, we have the PlayStation shelf, or the PS2 through PS5 shelf, I should say. PS1 is over on a different shelf. So starting at the top, we do have my Sega Master System 2 complete in box. This little baby from the Death Stranding Collector's Edition, and the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Collector's Edition. Unfortunately, until I get more space, or until I get more shelves for the living room and maybe move PlayStation out there, I have had to double stack these. I know. I don't like doing this. I really, really don't like having to double stack games, but as you can see, PS5 is 2 rows deep. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. So, PS5, I don't know, at this point, I'm pretty much only buying games for Nintendo consoles. I'll buy a new game on PS5 if I want to play it. Like, I'll get Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I'll probably get it physically. But I'm not going around trying to collect, like, I don't really know why I bought these. I'm probably going to sell these, honestly, these Shantae games on PS5. I don't really care. Frankly, I don't really care. So I'll definitely be going through my PlayStation stuff and selling them soon, because, I don't know, man. I don't really need these. I am a much bigger Nintendo fan, so I'll probably be trying to downsize at least PS5 and PS4. PS3, there's a lot that, like, I haven't gotten digitally, because PS Plus, they just give you so many games. I also have, like, the premium tier of that or whatever right now. I'm probably going to cancel that, but, you know, like, Horizon Forbidden West is on PS Plus. I don't really need to own it physically. It's unfortunate, but it is the way the industry is going. So yeah, in terms of PlayStation, I'll probably mostly stick to PS1 and PS2 collecting, maybe some PS3 in there. So behind PS4 here, we have a bunch of PS2 that you can't really see. All my Dragon Ball games are back there. I don't have Tenkaichi 3. I do have this. This is my most expensive single game, I think. A sealed copy of the PS4 version for the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, so I have heavily debated if I should sell that, because I have it on Switch, but I bought it intending to keep it, so I think I'm going to keep it for now. I had no expectation that it would be worth as much as it is, especially on PS4. I thought for sure to be the other way around. But, yeah, I'm just gonna keep that. Moving down here, we have some PSP. I didn't grow up with the PSP, so these are all things I bought after the fact. Even further down, we have some more PS4 and PS3 in the back there. Not super alphabetized, need to go through these and organize them. And then just even more PlayStation 4 and 3 at the very bottom. So, yeah, PlayStation, not my, you know, I mean, I play my PS5 a lot. I probably play it more than my Switch, in all honesty, because of stuff like Call of Duty and just in general multiplayer games are more played on PlayStation. But in terms of collecting, I've definitely fallen off my PlayStation game here. Alright, now next up we have my actual, like, gaming main space here, my TV stand and my TV and this little crappy recliner from Amazon. This was, like, actually $100, so not the best. We had to get these, like, little covers for it because my cat kept scratching it. But yeah, this wasn't originally in here, right? You wouldn't think, oh, this small office needs a TV stand. But me and my girlfriend decided we don't really like having it in the living room, which might sound crazy because we live on a pretty busy street and the cars out there are really loud. We were trying to watch The Walking Dead and it was not a great experience. But in here, especially with soundproofing and stuff, that sound doesn't really come through. And you know, we do have another TV upstairs, so if you want to lay in bed or something and watch a movie, we can do that. We won't probably watch too much TV in here. This is still going to primarily be for gaming. But this is my LG C1 OLED, very expensive TV. I probably should not have done this. I bought it like 2 years ago. It's a fantastic TV. Beautiful, beautiful image, but yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I don't need to be buying TVs that are that expensive. I have my Switch down there, my Switch OLED. my Wii U, which is unhooked right now, my PS5, a original backwards compat PS3. I think you can see the PS Portal is down there as well, and some controllers and stuff. That's that little bin down there. That's all controllers. And finally, my Series X with just some more controllers, my Elgato right there. And then moving on to the desk. So this is where I sit and record, except I actually just bought this desk when moving here, and I got a standing desk. So I used to work a pretty physical job, and I don't do that anymore. So I got a standing desk just to, like, my justification is, even if I only stand like an extra 30 minutes a day because of this, that's still better than just not standing at all. You know, I spend a lot of time in here doing videos and stuff, so even though YouTube isn't my main job, just being able to stand up for 30 minutes extra a day because of the standing desk, I thought it was worth the investment. So yeah, I'm happy to have this desk. Definitely the nicest desk I've ever had. Usually I get those like really cheap glass ones from like Walmart or whatever, the L desks. But yeah, I have two monitors, two LG monitors. I used to only have one, but I just got a second one to match it. Some ring lights back there. My wall scrolls, of course, Dragon Ball Z. We found this one at Goodwill. Super sick, from the early 2000s. Really cool wall scroll there, and then a one-piece one right there. Just some random stuff I need to sort out here, little trinkets. These are coasters. Debating if I should actually use them or if I should save them because I'm, you know, collector-brained. Little Dragon Ball robot guy from the original series there. I do run a Mac Studio, and then these are some recent pickups, so you'll see these in my video next week when I go over recent pickups for January. And then, yeah, there's another light right there. The issue was I used to have this desk in the middle, which meant more space for either lights on either side of me. Still figuring out lighting. I'm pretty much a noob when it comes to lighting. So this one, when I'm sitting here, is really close to me. It does have a dimmer switch. I'm going to turn it on just to demonstrate this real quick. Oh yeah, that's really bright. But it does have a dimmer switch, so you can make it yellow and also just really dim it. So maybe it's not too big of a deal if it's that close up, but yeah, that's something I'm still figuring out. If you've noticed in my recent videos, I've been having very different lighting. We have this ceiling light here that you won't really be able to see on camera, but it is a yellow light, and you can't really change it because it's like a light, like flat fixture thing. So not the best for YouTube videos. You want that white light, but alas, it is what it is. And just in case anyone asks, this is my desk chair. Just not anything special, just like a, I don't know, I think it was like $100 on Amazon. I used to have one of those like gamer chairs that was like white and black and it looked all cool. This is a much better chair. Don't believe that a gamer chair will be better for you. Just get one that looks like this, and it's gonna be better than anything that is marketed as like a gamer chair, I promise you. Moving over, we have a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate poster with a very nice piece of damage there. Need to put another poster here, not sure what yet. I think I have some nice Zelda ones from Club Nintendo, so I'll probably put one of those there. And then, yeah, we get into the main backdrop of my videos. This is going to be ever-changing because, like I said, I really don't like stacking boxes on top of boxes like this. Doesn't seem the most safe. What if one of them falls? What if they get damaged? Not trying to have all that hassle going on here, so I'll be redoing this for sure, and maybe trying to lessen it a little bit, maybe do a third row of soundproofing on the bottom there, because you can see it kind of has some, you can see the wall there. But starting off, and I guess I should say this now, maybe I'll put the links in the description. All of my shelves, with the exception of that one, that's from Walmart, not a great shelf. All of these shelves here, for the Wii U, for the Switch, for the 3DS, and for all of this like retro stuff here, these are all Oscar Atlantic Media shelves. So the reason I like these in particular is they have the perfect depth for most games. Like a 3DS game, it fits perfectly. If I walk over here and show you the PlayStation, well, as you can see, the PlayStation, you can fit 2 full rows, and then there's still like a full inch of space on the shelf. I don't like that. I would prefer to have as thin of a profile as possible for my bookcase, so that way, I mean, listen, this works out because I needed to do this to get all my PlayStation games unpacked, but for my Nintendo stuff that I'm going to have on display, I'm not going to double stack Nintendo games. There's no way I'm ever doing that. I wanted to have it as thin as possible. So yeah, bought them off Amazon Oscar Atlantic Media shelves. I definitely recommend these ones. I think IKEA does sell something similar, but these ones are pretty nice. There's a 3-tier or 3-wide one. These ones are newer. I just bought these. But they also have these ones that are just 2 wide and a little bit shorter. I think they do sell, I mean, they have different kinds. They have one that's a whole nother like tier up, so another shelf up that are taller. That's what I thought I'd bought with these, but I mean, this worked out pretty well for the backdrop of my videos. So yeah, those are the bookshelves I use. I get that question a lot. I figured I would answer that for y'all here. And starting off at the top of the shelves, we have my No More Heroes special editions from Limited Run. These are really cool. They're like magnetic together in the middle there. Some 3DS stuff here, Bravely Second Inlayer special edition, as well as there's the SMT5 special edition for Switch, Metroid Dread, some empty console boxes here. the Mario Maker 2DS and the Sword and Shield Switch Lite. This is cool, the Famicom Detective Club Special Edition from Japan. This was released digitally in North America, but not physically, so happy to have that physically. I do currently have a complete Nintendo Switch first-party set, and I want to keep that going, so there's only a few Japanese games I didn't have. That was one of them, so picked up that. We have the European Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hope Special Edition back here. Found that at a local shop for very cheap, which was really cool. Mario Teaches Typing Classic, Bayonetta 3. There's the Tears of the Kingdom Special Edition right there. Yeah, this is all just Special Edition stuff at the top. And I guess I'll just go all the way over before we get into each shelf kind of more in depth. This is Pokemon Treadle Lab for the 3DS. A very strange arcade game that got ported to the 3DS where you use like these little Pokemon puck things to put into the thing and then you like load them up. I don't know. Very weird game. Then we have all my Switch OLEDs going for a full OLED set. Missing that new one that came out on Black Friday, the Smash Bros. One. Have some plush here, a little Mario Pinball Land ball, my Yarn Yoshi amiibo, these other 2 Yoshi plush, and a Snivy. Snivy is my favorite Pokemon starter. A Dark Pit Figma, I thought that was really sick. I did keep my Xenoblade amiibo in here, so here is a Japanese Shulk inbox. Here is my Mythra and Pyra, and here is Noah and Mio, as well as some loose versions of those as well. Here is a really high-quality Riku plush from Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that my best friend's wife actually made on her Etsy, which is just really cool. Definitely go check out that store, and I think I had her Etsy shop linked in that. And yeah, I have a bit of a Xenoblade addiction here. My goal was to have like a centerpiece shrine just for Xenoblade. I have some more like Xenoblade guidebooks down there. This is actually really cool if you're a Xenoblade fan. This is the weekly Famitsu from when Xenoblade 3 came out with this really nice kind of unique Mio art. I was thinking about getting this framed and like putting it up somewhere, but I don't really have that much wall space, so I'm not sure what to do with this anymore. But yeah, huge Xenoblade fan, have the special edition for 1 and 3, missing 2, which is funny because that's like my favorite Switch game ever. I have the Xenoblade 3 soundtrack special edition, Xenoblade X right there. This is the Trinity box set with all of the soundtracks from the first 3 games and their DLC. I got the little Pokeball Plus right there. And then some Fire Emblem stuff, Echoes, my favorite 3DS game, have the special edition for that. Engage back there, as well as the Shadow Dragon weird thing they did a couple of years back. Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition, I think this might be my most expensive 3DS game, if not this, Yokai Watch 3 for sure. Surrounded by my beloved Nintendo Switch Sports water bottles. Oh, also, you might be noticing I had to block the light switch because these bookcases were just a little bit too wide, and I discovered they made these like light switches for kids. You're supposed to put them facing down on the light switch, but this one actually just goes, you slide it up or down. So that's how I got around needing to get to the light switch because, yeah, the bookcases actually came a little bit too wide. I just got one of those like little child extenders and had it facing the opposite direction of what you're supposed to do, which worked out pretty well. But yeah, back over here on the right, we have a lot of miscellaneous. So this is going to be changing quite a bit, I imagine, over the coming months when my Switch and 3DS collection start overflowing. So starting from the top here, we have PlayStation 1. Once again, most of this stuff was thrifted. Some of these I paid a little bit more for, like Busted Groove 1 and 2. My girlfriend got me this Xenogears over here, but like Breath of Fire and Parasite Eve, those were found at a Goodwill. So some of this stuff is pretty expensive, but most of it is cheaper. And I'll be honest, like I had a PS1 at some point growing up, but I definitely played more PS2 in that time frame. So like I don't have any nostalgia for Silent Bomber, but it is a cool game to have, and I would like to check it out eventually. I just don't have a PS1 hooked up, although I do have that PS3, so I guess I really have no excuse. I do have some soundtracks in here, although most of them are actually still packed away. These are Blaster Master, I believe. Yeah, Blaster Master 03 and Blaster Master 02. Need to switch those around. We also have this one Dreamcast game, Typing of the Dead, which is a really cool one to find at Goodwill, but that's about it. I think I found an empty case for Crazy Taxi once, but that's about it. Also, some Mario Teaches Typing. Different versions here, which is interesting. That one up there is actually floppy disks, whereas these are CDs, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, just a lot of random PS1, some greatest hits. If you notice, I don't have any greatest hits or Nintendo Selects for any other consoles, at least not like the primary version. I think I have some Nintendo Selects for Wii U down there, just as duplicates. I typically try to avoid those, but for PS1, this green isn't that noticeable, so I don't really care that much. I do have some GameCube Player Choice games packed away. I think I have like the Sonic Mega Collection, and maybe a couple other things that I just packed away because I was like, I want to get this Black Label eventually. Here we have my pretty small selection of long box games. So all of this was found at Goodwill, which is just crazy, especially because I think 5 of these games were found on the same day. So starting off, of course, the Raiden project. This is a shmup on PS1. We have Sonic CD here. Of course, we have the Amazing Spider-Man on Sega CD. Midnight Raiders. This might have been a different day, yeah, because it doesn't have the manual. Same with this Tomcat Alley here. I think that was a different day. My only Saturn game, Magic Carpet. Let's go. Big crack in the case there. And then this was definitely the coolest game we found that day. A complete long box copy of Resident Evil for the PS1. I was so excited when I saw this. I did a video about it back then. I think it was in October, so not even that long ago I found this at Goodwill. And yeah, definitely one of the coolest things in my collection in terms of like more retro stuff. I've actually never played the original Resident Evil. I've only played the remake on GameCube and then of course later on other consoles, but huge Resident Evil fan, so having this is super cool. I'm really hoping that Capcom will go back and port these original versions of 1, 2, and 3 to PS5 and Switch. Like, that'd be perfect. But until then, maybe I will go back and play the original at some point. Next up, we have some Sega Master System. So there are a couple highlights here. Alf is actually pretty pricey and also just really funny. Alf, Ghouls and Ghosts. This one's really cool to have. Complete on the Master System from Capcom, of course. Just a really cool kind of piece of Sega history there, as well as Capcom history. Time Soldiers is pretty neat. A couple of Genesis games. I never grew up with either of these consoles, I won't lie to you. These are some Atari Lynx games we found at a Goodwill. I've done a short on this, I believe, so it's complete in box Xenophobe for Atari Lynx, but inside is just a ton of loose cartridges. This is how we found it, so the box was already a little bit damaged, so I'll put that back later so I don't hurt it even more. But yeah, and then some loose cartridges. So I have a couple N64 games here squeezed in. What is this? That's 007. This is my childhood copy. That's why the label's so gross. And then some more over here. I think I have Mario Karts and like Rugrats in Paris. Like, I really don't have much N64 from my childhood. Like, I don't have Ocarina of Time anymore. At some point I sold that, regrettably. And then a ton of NES games loose right here. Nothing super crazy, but, you know, Gold Card Zelda, that's cool to have, obviously. Dragon Warrior. And then a couple of loose SNES games, Link to the Past, Street Fighter 2. Now, moving down, I have used this kind of blank space for now to display consoles. Like I said, I'm assuming Switch is going to be spilling over pretty soon. So, for now, I'm just having my handhelds and stuff displayed here. Here are all my Game Boys original. There's a Game Boy Pocket, some Game Boy Colors, my GBA SPs. This is my original one from when I was a kid. Actually, both of these. This one was mine or my brother's, and then we kind of shared it. And then this one was my sister's, and then this one I think I bought for my one of my friends. Yeah, this was his. So those are GBA SPs. There's some original Game Boy Advances. This one also was from when I was a kid, I believe, and this one was found more recently. Some DS's here. DS original, once again, original DS. This was my sister. She gave it to me when she moved out because she was older than me. DS Lights. Black, some DSIs back there, my new 2DS XL, my Mario Maker 2DS, my Sun and Moon 3DS XL, another new 3DS XL that we have, and an original Aqua Blue 3DS. Now this one is from Europe, which is interesting. But yeah, just kind of have all the handhelds on display for now. I'll figure out something to do with those later. I need to get like actual proper stands for some of them, like this Sun and Moon one here. I bought this when it came out, and it's honestly not in great shape. I'll be real with you. As you can see, it definitely needs wiped down and all that smear, but I want some sort of stand to like display it here so I can sit up. I guess I could kind of like open it, but for now it's staying there like that. And then moving down, we just have a lot of controllers and stuff. I have been starting to collect more like hardware as I've really filled out my Switch like game collection. There's still some stuff I want, but I've been focusing more on hardware now. So some different Joy-Con sets that are still sealed. The Switch Online controllers, these aren't sealed. I've opened them, of course. Some Pro controllers. I unfortunately, this was packed away in the garage. We discovered it was it somehow got damaged in the tote, which is just really sad, but that's fine. This one's empty as well. The Splatoon one, that's actually what I use most. This is still sealed, the Tears of the Kingdom one. We have a Smash Ultimate GameCube controller that's sealed. I bought that. I think I showed that in the last pickups video, actually. And then here's a ton of 3DS special editions, classic Fragrant Story, and then a lot of Atlas stuff, Stella Glow, SMT4, one of my favorite 3DS games, Cold Step Revolt, Persona Q, really cool stuff. The Shantae Special Edition still, I guess it actually just, as of recording this, it technically came out today, but I don't imagine really anyone has it yet. Behind that is a TUI, so just some like limited run, and then of course Shakedown Hawaii down there. And then yeah, here's where it really gets just like what's even going on. Some Switch Special Editions, my Xenoblade 3, the regular editions of the soundtracks. This is the N64 Online controller, the Circle Pad Pro for 3DS is in there as well. Skylanders on 3DS. Taika no Tatsujin for the Switch. And then another limited run special edition down there with Dark Crystal and the AI, the Somnium Files special edition. Moving on to 3DS, though, I have a pretty big 3DS collection. There's still some first-party stuff I'm missing. Like, I don't have Project Cross Zone 1 or 2. I don't have Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World. But I do have most of the games that I really wanted. I've gotten most of the Atlas games that I wanted. I made the foolish mistake of trying to go for all of those in their big box format. So as you can see, like, Devil Summoner here and Devil Survivor, they released with like a soundtrack CD. Same thing with a bunch of the Etrian Odyssey games up here. They released a bunch of these with cardboard, and I decided to go for all of those, so that was a bit of a fool's errand. But yeah, I love the 3DS so much, and over the past 2 years, I've really grown this collection just massively. I've played most of the games that I want to play, except for a lot of those Atlas things, but in terms of first party, I mean, what are some first-party 3DS games I haven't played? I never played Conquest. I played Birthright for Fire Emblem Fates. And of course, this is the special edition one that has all 3 on cartridge. So that's really cool to have. This one, I need to show this in a pickups video. Freaky Forms Deluxe. That's a funny one. All the Kirby games, of course. Actually, this one's actually empty. This is an empty case. I need to get a cartridge for extra Epic Yarn still. But some Luigi's Mansion over there. Some Lego games. Of course, Pokemon. My beloved, all 3 versions of Nintendogs. Metroid Samus Returns, I played that for the first time last year. Fantastic game. Oh, the Professor Laytons, I still need to finish those up on 3DS. I replayed Professor Layton 1 through 4 last year, and then I stopped when I got to Miracle Mask, so I need to pick that up again before New World of Steam comes out. But yeah, 3DS, I'm still chipping away at. There's a couple like cheaper things I still want to get, but you know, like Project Cross Zone, those are pretty pricey. But for the most part, I really do have most of what I want down here. Here is the complete new 3DS set with Fire Emblem Warriors, Minecraft, Rumbo, and Xenoblade 3, and just some duplicate games I had. This is just a case, by the way. I don't have 2 copies of Azran Legacy, trust me. So yeah, I've been really getting a lot of Japanese stuff recently. Like, I just picked up both of these Dragon Quest Monsters games on the 3DS because there are fan patches. And I played DQM3 on Switch when it came out last year, Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince. And I'm a big Dragon Quest Monsters fan now, so I figured I would pick those up and try to play those. And then at the bottom here, we have my ever-growing Complete in-Box GBA collection. So, unfortunately, I can't show it. I do have quite a few loose cartridges for Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, but those are in the closet, so unfortunately can't really show those right now. I need to get some sort of display, as I said before. But yeah, some complete GBA games and an original Game Boy there as well. Heart Gold, big box, that's put there just so it doesn't get squeezed too much. And then my DS collection. This has been growing quite a bit recently because I realized there's so much on DS that I've never really played. And I actually did a video talking about why I'm buying DS games in 2024, so if you missed that, go check it out. I posted it a few weeks ago. So there's still a lot to get for DS. I don't even have all the Pokemon games, which is like my favorite franchise, because most of the stuff I sold as a kid. So I'll definitely be going back and getting a lot of DS games this year. I think that's going to be one of my more major focuses when it comes to collecting in 2024. And then, of course, we have the Switch over here, which is just absolutely massive. This is definitely my biggest collection I have. Alright, now finally taking a look at my Nintendo Switch collection. Like I said, this is definitely my biggest, this is definitely the biggest section of my collection by far. I think I might be over 500 games. I have not counted in quite a while. The last time I did a dedicated like Nintendo Switch collection video was, I think, over 2 years ago now, so expect an updated one pretty soon. So I don't want to go too in-depth on like individual games here, because I do want to do a separate video where I just really talk about every single game that I have on the platform. And I do apologize about the lighting, so it makes it kind of hard to read. But yeah, I really do have most of what I want. I think this year, for 2024, I want to keep up with some of the new releases that I want, of course, from Nintendo. And I want to go back and really try to finalize the stuff that I'm missing. Like, I have all of the Final Fantasy games that I want. I think I have every Square Enix game, actually. I think that might be true. No, I'm missing the Chocobo Mystery Dungeon game that got a physical release in Asia, but a lot of stuff I have is from Play Asia, where it is an English release, but it doesn't have the ESRB, so a lot of those are more pricey for sure. Like this, I mean, another Dragon Quest example, but 1 through 3. I think we also have Yeah, stuff like Final Fantasy IX here for the Switch, 7 and 8 physically, so a lot of really cool stuff on the Switch, but this year, I want to focus on just anything else that I'm missing that I did want to get before we move on to the Switch 2, because I mean, that is going to happen in, like, the next 12 months or so, and I'll be, of course, starting a big collection for that. So, like, I'm missing the Mega Man collections. I need to get those, but that's really all that's coming to mind, to be completely honest with you right now. Here on the middle, I have some random big box stuff, so like the Sonic Mania Plus, Sonic Origins Plus, Super Monkey Ball, my Pokemon double packs. These are just empty cardboard because I do have them on the shelf down at the bottom. The Fire Emblem Warriors Special Edition, some of these NIS America Pretty Presents collections. These are pretty cool. It's like remasters or remakes of like PSP games, I think is what these all are. I started playing Rhapsody, pretty cool game. This is Yomawari, the Long Lost in the Dark collection, or whatever, from NIS America as well. This Japanese game here is Azure Striker Gunvolt Striker Pack. This is like a weird special edition they did in Japan. Some Shantae stuff, some PAX exclusives from Limited Run. This is really cool. I think I showed this in the last Pickups video, the Annapurna collection. It has like most of their most popular games on one cartridge, which is just really cool. A super premium collection. They did it late last year. And yeah, just pause this if there's anything you want to really look at in particular. Like I said, apologies for the lighting, but there's not much I can do, especially down here on these lower shelves. All of the Legend of Heroes games here, I've iconically never played any of them despite owning all of them because I'm waiting for them to hopefully port the Sky games to the Switch or Switch 2, whatever the case may be, because I want to play them in proper release order. My most hated Nintendo Switch game, Metroid Dread, because of the spine. I love that game. It's one of my favorite Switch games, but that special edition came with that steelbook, and yeah, really, really annoying. Some European games mixed in here. Normally I separate imports, but for Switch I have them kind of integrated. If they're European, Japanese stuff is all down here. Quite a big Japanese selection down here. Some of the first-party stuff. This is, what is this? That's Detective Pikachu. We have the Breath of the Wild with the DLC. I think this is probably Splatoon. Yeah, so I think I have, yeah, Buddy Mission Bond is in here somewhere too. Like, I have all the first-party stuff that Nintendo released in Japan, as well as some Square Enix stuff. Like, I think I have Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered that only got a Japanese release. And as you'll see when we do the proper deep dive into this whole collection in a dedicated video, I have a lot of limited run stuff. These are some cool collections for the Valis games, if you haven't heard of it. Really cool series. Late last year, I started really going hard on like collections. So this is the Telenet shooting collection, just a collection of shmups on the Switch. Been going for a lot of those because I think they're very interesting. I do have, I think this is all the Resident Evils on Switch, Origins Collection, Triple Pack, and then, yeah, the Revelations. I don't think they did anything else. This one's kind of interesting. This was, like, exclusive to Volition's store, I think. It's, like, a weird edition of Saints Row the Third with a purple spine. I mean, it's a slipcover, but even the regular case has that purple spine, as you can see there. The absolutely massive chunk of Pokemon games. Don't ask why I have 2 of the Sword and Shield copies with the expansion pack. But yeah, I've definitely pretty much finished what I want to get in terms of Nintendo Switch. I just need to really get those last couple things and keep up with new releases at this point because, yeah, I think I've really gotten most of what I want. So yeah, that is about going to do it for this collection or room tour. People have been asking me to do it for so long, I figured I might as well go ahead and do it. I'm not sure what the general pacing of a video like this should be. I have no idea how long this is going to be. I've been recording for a while now, so might be one of my longer videos. But people have been asking, so I figured I would deliver. Let me know if you have any other questions in the comments down below, and I will try to answer those as they come. Also, I realized while recording, I don't know where my Devil's Third is. So Devil's Third, if you don't know, is one of the most expensive Wii U games. I had it when I had the shelves over there before I brought the TV stand in. I had Devil's Third up here, and now I don't. I'm guessing it's in the closet somewhere, so I'm about to dig through for that, because that is a very expensive game that I cannot be losing, because I was looking at the footage, and I was like, wait a minute, where's Devil's Third? So I need to find that. I do have Devil's Third. Maybe it's probably lurking in here somewhere. I don't freaking know. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing for more collecting content. Nintendo collecting specifically is what I'd focus on more here, but also I'll sometimes dip into more retro stuff like PS1 and Genesis and all that from time to time. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at BotoxGames. Join the Discord that is linked down below. And until next time, folks, bye-bye.